Yes, we are back. Back again in Train Sim Mod 4. Back again to look at something new. And this time something that slightly scares me. And no, that's not Ethan. The DBBR 101 Expert. Yes, the normal German train that I can't drive, but with more things. Yay! So, buckle up. This is going to be interesting. If you're watching this on YouTube, excuse me. This is going out on a day. No idea which one. One of them. There'll be links in the description below to where you can get this train, which I can't link currently because there isn't one. A link down there to the Twitch page where you can watch me live on the Twitchy 5 or 6 days of the week doing all sorts of things. And a link down there to the Discord server as well. We're going to start with the train training, which is going to take about 45 minutes. Yeah, I know. And by the end of that, I'm not going to remember a thing. So that's going to be, well, I think the word interesting is what you're trying to think of. So we go to the train training. And we'll select the DBBR 101 Expert. So yes, multiple bits of training. We're going to go through these in order because that seems the most logical thing to do. So we'll start with the introduction, then go to the Expert Training module, how to cold start it. Slightly scares me. Turning off CIFA, train data and faults. And then after that, we'll either do a run on one of the lines that it's compatible with all this turned on, or we'll do a run with it all turned off. We'll see. We will start then with this ice Okie. Why is it whenever time I sit here, I gain a cough? It's as though when I sit down, I can't swallow. Hi, Daz. Right then, shall we? Let's do it. I'm slightly interested, but slightly scared of this.
In this training module, you'll be learning how to drive this DB-BR101 electric locomotive. This locomotive requires the reverser handle to be inserted before operation.
Well, I can cope with the reverser handle.
Set the reverser to neutral while we set up this cab.
Okay.
Set the headlights to indicate that this train is operational.
Oh, well, they're behind me. Now let's get... Oh, God, they smacked my face on the desk. They're over here. Signal lights to headlights. Headlights.
Unlock the brakes with the brake key to allow braking to be controlled from this cab.
Hang on, we'll just slide on in. Brake key. Unlocked.
For this introduction, you'll be driving the train a short distance and performing passenger operations.
Okay.
Open the passenger doors to allow boarding.
Oh God, okay. Door release, right side. Did it actually work? The doors don't appear to be doing the opening thing.
Close the doors before departure.
Oh, the rear one did. The front one didn't. Okay. Right, close the doors. Lock all.
The train is now ready to depart. Set the reverser to forward. This controls the direction of travel.
Useful.
Release
Forward.
the brakes and prepare to depart station.
Okay, brakes. Release.
Power in this locomotive is controlled by a throttle that sets the tractive effort target.
Okay. Oh, that was a noise. We're moving. There's movement. There's movement. Movement's happening. Hang on. There we go. Do that in case all goes wrong. Right. Reach 50. So far, seems quite simple. I can cope with this.
To begin coasting, move the throttle to the off position. This will stop any power being applied. Coasting is a method used to efficiently maintain speed and reduce motor stress and maintenance requirements. Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of braking force by moving the brakes into the braking range.
Okay. Hi, Nico. So we've got to stop at a station that's we're getting further away from. I'm guessing he wants us to do a full loop. Let's give it a beans then. Well, that was a noise. How's the new train? I've been in it for about a minute. Well, quick. It's definitely rapid. Well, yeah, it did seem a bit like V1. Right, at some point we're going to get closer to that station. Right, 1.6k. So this is the first of the tutorials. There's 5 of them.
You're approaching the station. Begin applying a small amount of braking force by moving the brakes into the braking range.
Okay, we may not be stopping here. Yeah, but we're not. It's not. We're not. We've got entered the station doing 60 miles an hour. Oh, these brakes are rubbish. Oh, wow. That's full service. We've only got one carriage. Are you actually going to stop? Holy moly. Okay, we'll go in reverse then. Is it not going to let me... It's not going to let me go backwards. What's it not happy about? Brakes are released. Okay. Okay, brakes released. Oh, electric brakes on. Why would you put why have we got a different brake over there? Okay. Right, let's go backwards a little bit. And this is not the full experty introduction. I better not go too fast. Braking. Braking. Warning, this train is reversing, yeah. Okay, note to self, brakes not that good. Right. Yeah, there's 5 training modules in this.
Nice job. The train has safely come to a stop. You can now open the doors.
So we'll actually lose the... Oh. Oh, I've got to do it in... Hang on. I've got to do it in there. Lock.
Good work. That concludes all the basics of operating this train.
Right. Well, that was the first training session. They're supposed to take 10 minutes, even including my reversing, 8 minutes 20. Right, let's go back to the main menu, because I like to do the training sessions in the order that they are. There's no guarantee that would take me to the next one. Right, training center, training, DBBR 101. Right, it's done the first one, which is the expert introduction, simple. Expert training module. Learn how to cold start the BR 101 expert. Oh, this could be interesting.
Good morning and welcome to your training on the BR 101. Today I'll teach you how to set up the loco and cab car properly from a parked state. Normally there is a checklist, but our printer went on strike again. Therefore, I'll tell you step by step what you have to do. Also, there is a PDF version you can simply download and use.
I've got
First,
that.
we look around the loco and check there are no wheel chocks or external supply cables and an overhead line above the loco.
Yeah, I went to print off the manual today. 143 pages. I decided against that. Right. Let's have a look around then. Make sure the loco is under overhead. Yep, it's definitely...
Now you can enter cab 1 and enable battery power on the loco.
Okay. Let's... Oh, well, someone left the door unlocked. That's dangerous. Right, climb up that. Okay. Oh, that was... Okay, slam that door. Right, let's open the panel then. So, battery on.
Now, sit down on the driver's seat on cab 1 and wait for the displays to boot up completely.
Okay. We've got to wait. Are we going to see the Windows loading
When the
screen?
screen's booted up, move the reverser to V and check for any already existing information or malfunctions on the screen. Set the reverser to neutral while we set up this cab. When the screen's booted up, move the reverser to V and check for any already existing information or malfunctions on the screen.
That one's booting up over there. I'm at bone. That one's booting up. 10%. So joining Farm Sim. 20%. We do apologise for the delay in the service. We are waiting for the train to boot up. They've not heard of SSDs. It's on some sort of dial-up internet. 70. Oh, and this one over here, look, that's got the spinning, what are they called? Hourglass. Right, that's done a thing. That's doing something. That's still got the mouse thing on it. Oh no, that's come alive now. Okay, does that mean we're all good? What's this trying to tell me to do now? Hang on. Oh, we got to put that. It's into V, wasn't it? Off, reverse. Right.
Störung.
Oh God, didn't like that, did it? Oh God, that's a movement. Where have we got to go? Okay, I've got to go down here. What's that? Cut off valve closed. Oh. Wait for the screens. Why have I done that? So you actually go into the engine room. Look at this thing. What? That's no. Walk away. We'll just close the door. Pretend we didn't see that. Right. We're still waiting for the screens to do the booting. I'm going to the window. What's that? That's a door. We've got electric train supplies on. Main circuit breaker. The pants are up. Oh, it's got a thing flashing over there. FC01 something dB Fernwerk. Okay, well that's a thing. Cooling fans on. I think the screens are booted up, haven't they? It's something about putting something into V, and I can't remember what it was. It wasn't the reverser, because the reverser's in there. That's the AFB. That's the throttle. Train brakes in 4. Electric brakes in release. Direct brakes in... How many brakes do we need? There's the horn. Emergency brake. I can start. Well, I think the A320 is easy. Auxiliary traction control. That's a thing. Auxiliary control unlock. That's acknowledged. We've got and light.
Use the display
to
check for any existing faults. If there are any, try and get rid of them before continuing. Pressing V = 0 after selecting an entry shows you corrective measures.
What?
Now raise the pantograph and close the MCB.
Well, I did. Okay, now I'm just going as I'm told. Right, we'll raise our pants. That was a noise.
Störung.
Oh, God.
Störung.
And my pants up. My pants are up. We're okay. My pants are now up. Right, circuit breaker closed. Oh, that made a noise as well. Oh.
Störung.
Right, set the brake key to... Oh. That's... What the heck's it doing?
Störung.
Okay. I'm scared. Right. Brake key to unlocked.
Release the direct brake and turn the brake valve key.
Okay. To hold the direct brake in release until fully released. I've done that. It is in release. I'm holding it in release. Release is being held. It's released. Okay, come on, game. It's not like I can see brake pressure or anything while I'm holding it there. Oh. That's a noise. Well, no, it's got direct brake. Train brake, electric brake, direct brake. Throttle, AFB. Apply it. I can hear a little hiss of something. Okay. Oh, horn works. But it's not... It's not the electric one. It's not the train one. That's the emergency brake. Hold the direct brake and release until fully released. Okay, well, we'll hold it here for a little bit then. It was already in release though. It doesn't seem to want to release. So brake pressure's over here, but none of those were moving when I applied that. Get the instruction book out. But that's why I'm being talked through it. I hope this isn't one of those situations where Dovetail haven't done a tutorial correctly. Unless it's just a long time for the brakes to release. Could it mean the train brake? If it says release direct brake. I took the key off, that brake key's unlocked. I don't think it's going to be the train brake. I'll try it. Brake pressure's coming down. I don't think it's going to be the train brake.
Now we start the brake check. Use the
Really?
train brake to reduce brake pipe pressure to 4.2 bar and make sure the loco brakes apply. Use the C pressure gauge for this. Then you can release the brakes again.
Wow. Well done, Dovetail. You're so good. Right. Apply train brake in PN mode. What the hell's PN mode? Release train brake.
After checking pneumatic brake control, we switch to the electronic brake control by switching the ELPN selector to EL.
What?
After that, you do the same steps as in the pneumatic checkup.
Sorry, what? Hang on. So, sorry, what? Turn that to that. Okay. But that's just... hang on, this is in the middle one then. Oh, EL. So we're now in electric brake mode. Apply train brake in EL mode below 4 bar. So pressure's dropping, and then release it. It's expert training and they can't get which brake it is right. Okay, wait. I'm waiting.
We continue with checking the direct brake. For that, simply apply the direct brake above 2 bar. Check if the brakes are indeed applied and release them afterwards.
Oh no, I said at the beginning, I'll probably do the tutorials, then just drive this thing in simple mode. Right, direct brake. Right, that's going up, that's above 2 bar, and then release it again.
Now, the last real test on this cab, check if the horn works using the pedal. Now we're ready to get going. Apply the direct brake so we won't roll away and release the parking brake.
Okay, apply. Why is the parking brake over there? Hang on, we've got to get up to release the parking brake. Well, just did. Okay, now I've got to hold it, I'm guessing. Okay, now go back over here again. Okay. Now release the direct brake. Okay. Reverse it to forward. Couple to formation B, B, M, 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 B, D, F, Z. We're moving. There's movement. Right, so got to, oh, that was a noise. RHT. Right, so we've got a couple to a unit down here. Welcome to Steve Gets Confused by Trains, episode 436. Didn't tell us to put the lights on though, did it? Apply and release the brake 35 times. Lights? No, don't worry about that. And this is just the second of 5 tutorials. Yeah, but you still put the lights in forward so people around you can see what direction you're going in. Oh god, it's now going to want me to slow down, isn't it? Which one of my 35 brakes do I need to apply? I like the audio from it, but that's probably the same in the standard version, isn't it? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay. Oh, I've got to move forward a little bit more. Come on. Forwards. Right. Is that going to be close enough? Oh god, there's a thing. To me.
After coupling, you may apply a full service brake and close the train brake valve key.
Okay. Let's climb the ladder again. I'm guessing because we got to go to the other end. Apply a full service train brake and close the. Hang on, can't see it. I have to get out the seat and do the key. There we go.
Now set the ZXS switch to ZWS. Turn off the signal lights, set the reverser to O and remove it.
What? To ZW. What's that mean?
Störung, Störung, Störung.
Signal lights off. Set the reverser to O. Oh. Oh. Well, I can't, because... there isn't an O.
Störung, Störung.
This concludes our work on the loco. Next stop, cab car. Walk over there and enter the cab car's cab.
So O was off. Why couldn't I set the reverser to off instead of O? That make more sense, wouldn't it? Where am I going now? Okay, down here. Oh, is this one of those ones where you can drive it from the... oh dear. Okay, alright. Oh, and I've got to push a button. Push the button. And then... walk to the cab car. Oh, hello. Ooh, fancy.
First, set the tail light switch to on.
I haven't got in there
After
yet.
that, enter the cab and set the signal lights to headlights.
Hang on. Oh god, that was a thing. Hang on, have I got... hang on, it's out there. Is it? Where is it? It's there. Why is... it's 2 meters... hang on. Where's the tail lights cabinet? How am I supposed to get in there? Tail lights to... hang on. Tail lights to what? On. Okay. Close the little... there you go. And we're doing now? Set the signal light switch to headlights. Okay. Okay.
Now enable CFA by setting the cutout valve to open, and then you can sit down on the driver's seat.
Oh.
Put in the reverser key and set it to V.
So, in.
Now, to check if the ZWS connection is working,
Well,
we
that's forward.
open the MCB and lower the pantograph.
There isn't a V.
After that, we rise the pantograph and close the MCB again.
There isn't a V. There's forward, neutral, hang on, off and reverse. Why are you saying set the reverser to V when there isn't a V? Stupid thing. Right, main circuit breaker to, open. There we go. Lower the pantograph. Pants are coming down. There we go. Pants are down. Lower. Rise the pant. Why am I right? Why are you telling me to lower it and then... Okay, no, I'll just do as I'm told. Wait for the panto to raise. It's raised. Yeah, but it's an English tutorial. Just... Okay. Close.
Now for the brake test. Start off with applying the direct brake for at least 3 seconds and unlocking the train brake valve.
Okay. Okay. Oh, unlock. Observe the brake pipe gauge that won't rise for 10 seconds. Okay, we're observing. Release the train brake. Release the hounds. Oh, that was a noise. Okay. We've released it. Hang on. Oh, is it telling me?
Perfect. We can release the train brake now and use the overcharge button to overcharge the brake pipe to above 5.3 bar.
Okay.
Last but not least, test the horn with the foot pedal.
Oh.
That concludes the general preparation of the BR101 with the cab car. Depending what's next, you have to set the train data at the ZDE, which you can learn in another training module.
Yeah, I'm not going to remember all that, am I? Let's just do the next training module then. Turning off CIFA. This is going to be the interesting, but that's just that lever when it turns CIFA on. Oh, hello.
In this training module, you'll be learning how to turn off CIFA in the expert mode of the BR101.
Right, so reverser hit in. I can do this bit. Forward. Okay. Brake key.
You might be used to just switching off the CIFA fuse. In this locomotive, you also need to enable the cut-off valve for CIFA to disconnect it from the braking system. For this, we will head into the machine room, where we will disable both.
Okay. Oh god, that's many trips. Okay. Disengage. Oh.
The braking rack you just interacted with controls all parts of the train that interact with the brake pipe. A lot of faults are often located here. Now that you've learned to disable CIFA, your next journey might be less stressful, even in expert mode. Auf Wiedersehen.
What was that? It? Go and flick a fuse and twiddle the thing. Okay. Train data.
In this training module, you'll be learning how to enter the train data in the BR101.
Right, reverse hand. Why can't we do that as one? Okay, no. Forward. Unlock brakes.
If you look at your indicators, you can see that your train is currently in PZB mode U, indicated by the lit up 55. The max speed of the mode is 100 kilometers per hour.
Where?
To reach higher speeds, you'll need to input your train data into the computer at the back wall.
Where?
On this computer, you will see multiple numbers.
Where?
BRA is the brake mode. BRH is the brake power. ZL is the train length. And VMZ is the maximum speed of your consist.
Really, what?
Lastly, we need to confirm the data by pressing Send Train Data. If the numbers stop flashing, they're accepted.
Whoa. Okay.
Return to your seat to see the PZB mode has changed to O. The 85 is now lit up instead of the 55.
Ooh, I'm never going near that again.
To learn more about this topic, please consider reading the manual. This tutorial will end as soon as you release the brakes.
We didn't tell you where you get that information from. That would have been more useful, wouldn't it? How do you know what that information is?
In this training module, you'll be learning how to diagnose faults and handle them on a generic basis.
Okay, that into forward. This bit I can do. Brakes, yeah, got that.
On your left screen, a yellow ST just appeared. Your train has developed a fault. Click on ST above the screen to get more information. It appears the fuse for your wipers has blown.
Oh no!
To get more information on how to fix this error, we need to click on the button next to it, V equals 0.
How do I know that that's what... Okay, I'm just going to click what I'm told to click.
This screen is in German. With the ID in the top left, you can search the manual for an English translation. In this case, it's just telling you to try to re-enable circuit breaker 71F09. Let's do that.
Yeah, sure.
Returning to your seat, you will see the fault has disappeared.
One's down as
Not all
well.
faults are as easy as this to solve, but it should give you an idea on how to approach the problems. You can press the C button to return to the main screen. Release the brakes after.
Okay. Well, that was the tutorials. Yeah. So the only thing to do is, I think, is attempt to take it on a journey. So we're going to go to DBR 101 Expert. We're going to go Salzburg to Rosenheim. Let's do this one. And then what's the worst that can happen? It'll be fine. If it's long as I've got power and it's not sat there cold and dark, then, you know, we should be good. We should be good. Right, well, we've got power. That's a good start. Right, so reverse the handle into forwards. Brake key unlocked. Lights. Hang on, doors. We can go left side doors, which they're releasing. Lights are headlights. Release parking brake. Alright, we have a train. So wait until 9:45. Okay. So this bit, fine. I can cope with this. So we got train brake in full service, electric brakes released, direct brakes released. Pants already up anyway. Circuit breaker's ready to go. Train supplies on. What's whistle down here? Cab temperature 20 degrees. Okay. So we should be good. He says, yeah, I'm glad it didn't start as cold and dark. We know the brakes are going to be any faults. I'm not pressing any of those buttons. It's fine. That's flashing. We'll ignore that. It'll be okay. I like you. I need to start doing this more, using the actual things on the dash
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
to close the doors. Right, brakes are releasing. Does this come with reading glasses? Yeah. You haven't got to use this in expert mode. You can just use it in simple mode. Right, well, we're moving. Alright, turn the volume down a bit. There we go. Oh, I'm liking the audio from it. Right, question is now, can we do a full line run on, where are we? Salzburg to Rosenheim. Was my day good? The morning was crazy. This afternoon got better. I'm not turning on the safety systems. No way. Right. So, out here, it's got a long train. Obviously, could have driven it from the other end as well. Alright, let's get a bit of power then. We should have a 140 limit coming up, and then a 160. Exactly. Oh, right, there we go. Right, let's give it all the beans. Power. It's just the brakes are my concern. They didn't seem to work that well on the training thing. My question to you lot then is would anybody actually use the expert features? like the faults and the entering the train information into the computer thing. I don't think Ethan would. I've got to say, not because this is a German train, I like the idea of certainly like cold and dark. So if this was, I don't know, let's say an old era diesel, and you had to start up a donkey engine or something to then turn over the main engine, so it was a couple of stage process to get it going and then build up the air pressure. I'd find that a bit more interesting and something I would do on a regular basis. Cold and dark in this is just turning the power on and then waiting for the computers to start up. Or was that just me? And then applying some brakes. I like the audio, and I'd be interested to do a comparison to see if the audio in this was any different to the audio in the standard version of this. You know, a few of us in the past have bought for Train Sim Classic, and I have as well, AP versions of trains, because it adds something more. It's different interiors, upgraded dash, better audio, better dynamics, a more of a sense of realism. I've got to be honest, I'm not that knowledgeable on German trains, but I don't think there's any change to the actual way the thing looks compared to the standard version. And no, Connor, I think Josh is one of those. He came, he commented, he left. As people do, people come and go. And why is my little G-force, oh god, that's thing. Why is my little G-force thing flashing? Set the throttle off to release traction lock. Why have I got traction lock? Why have you given me traction lock? I just put the brakes on. Well, you applied the electric brake. I think it's going to release the electric brake as well as a normal brake, so it put traction lock on. I think it's because it's braking with a little bit of throttle left on as well. Right, 16 kilometers to Traunstein. I like the fact the engine room's modelled. I think it's stuff like that we could do with more. I know there isn't always things to see. I remember the first time I played the first iteration of Train Sim World, CSX Heavy Haul. The fact that when I stalled the train, I had to go into the engine room and in the panel on the outside and restart the train. My mind was just blown. So I think, you know, a modelled engine room where there is one, that again just adds a little something. Alright, why aren't we stopping here? Yeah, I'm glad by this timetable mode the whole computer thing was set up for us. And I think you have to set up the train based on the signalling system that you're in as well. So depending on whereabouts you are. Tomorrow night, by the way, back to some sort of normality with some farming. Train! Friday night we got some trucking. Not here on Saturday. Out and about on the train type things. Be back on Sunday lunchtime with some farming. Normal streams all next week. Tuesday all the way through till Sunday. So normal service resumed. And then the week after that, which is the bank holiday weekend, there'll be board games on the Sunday again. Right, apply a bit more throttle. Yeah, I'm liking the audio from this. I like the fact that absolutely everything is modelled. Oh, we can open the window. Oh, that's quite cool that we got a lock. Oh, I like that. Looks weird, you can hardly see the wheels. It just tucked right under there. Thank you. Right, 12k to go. What I'll do, for those that weren't around at the beginning, when we've done this route, I'll go through the cold and dark tutorial again, so you can see it. I am curious as to why that's flashing. We'll ignore it though, because we're moving. What have we got here? That's power. CIFA. That's the clock. It's like Windows XP. That's probably why it took so long to boot. Alright, 11 kilometers. Until we got to attempt to do the stopping and opening the doors things. It's not a very high speed route this, is it? 100 kilometers an hour is what, 60 miles an hour? We've only got a 1% gradient and the thing's struggling on 40% throttle. I got 110 limit in 3.4k. Oh, so it's, well, I suppose I could increase the speed a little tiny bit. Yeah, things I like, and again, don't know if it's with the standard version as well. I like the audio, and that's it. I don't think I'd ever use the computer thing. I do like the fact that everything's modelled, so every little switch, and the fact you've got the engine room, or motor room I suppose in this instance, and all those trip switches. Right, so here's 110 limit. It's all uphill as well, only slightly uphill, but it is uphill. We need oxygen by the time we get to the top. Train. Cargo type train. I find it weird when you see cargo trains that are electric. Right, 3.7k to go. Oh, now we're going downhill. Train's attempting to use these brakes. That's going to go well. Right, 90 limit, then a 70 limit. So we just keep the brakes on very gently. Alright, 900 meters. Oh, it's put me in flipping traction lock again. Start off. I don't know why when I was braking all the way down that hill it wasn't putting me in traction lock. Now it is. It keeps putting the electric brake on as well. And I don't know why.
Kühlfreigabe. Kühlfreigabe. Kühlfreigabe.
Was complaining about something. Actually, only about a minute late as well. Alright, all the way to the end. Yeah, I don't know what that was. It was some sort of moaning at me in German. Maybe I didn't have the gear down or something. No, I can't do that way, can I? Unlock doors. Release... Oh, not release all doors. Release right side doors. There we go. Keeps putting that electric brake on. Right, yeah. Doors on the right have released. Yeah, the other doors didn't. Thankfully caught that. Oh, cute little German two-car diesel there. See, that's what I like. Oh, no, not that. That. Lock all.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Okay, that was words. Right, Uber C is next in 13 of the kilometres. Yeah, I do like the audio from it. I'll give them that. There you go. Right, 12k, 100 limit. Down here. No one understands the German signalling system, so I'm not even going to attempt to. I think that 10 meant 100 limit coming up. Well, at least we managed to brake in time. Whether it's because on the tutorial the brake mode wasn't set right or something, like you get on some old diesel stuff. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever use this in expert mode, if I'm honest. I imagine if you're into your German trains and you're into 100% total realism, then this is exactly what you want. Because of the faults, you know, I wonder if it would actually throw up some faults. Because then that'd be quite interesting if you had a fault when you were, you know, you put the wipers on, that wiper fuse went, you had lights go out, you had issues with saloon lighting. If that was in the game, then if you could turn faults on or off, then I'd be like, okay, So yeah, you get to a station, all the doors don't open. You've got to go and reset a trip to get the doors to open. I can sort of see the appeal to that. It is a next step in realism, and that's why I think Train Sim World is better than Train Sim Classic, because you do have that extra bit of realism. My only wish for this, they give you a 143 page manual, is that maybe the tutorial was a bit more comprehensive. They couldn't tell you the right brake to release. They told you that to put the reverser in position V when there isn't one. Well, get those things right, but also the bits with the trip computer and the train computer thing. Okay, it's very well telling us that relates to that relates to that. Well, where do we get that information? How do you know when you spawn in? And can you actually do a route, other than a couple of scenarios that are done? Can you actually do a route and have this in that mode? It might show a V on the dash. It does. VMDR. Okay, I'll let it off that one maybe. But yeah, but tell us. Just say forward. Tell us where we get the information from. So you can come into this and go, right, I want to set up the computer. Alright. Oh, with this many cars, with this power of loco, blah blah. I know how to set the information in. It took me a long time to set an FMC when doing flight. But part of the enjoyment was where to get the information from, how to program the flight computer, and to set a plane up from cold and dark. I used to enjoy that more than I used to enjoy the flight itself. So, if this was done right, if you could start, or the ability to start a timetabled route in this and tick a little box to go cold and dark, then I'd be like, okay, because that's part of the process. You get on the train, you put the battery on, you raise the pantograph, you set the lights, you set the trip, the train computer thing, and then you're ready to go. If that was available on a lot of trains, I think I'd be like, yeah, then give me more realism. Some of the old diesel stuff, you can start the engines. So give us that. Then I think this would make more sense. Or for each route and the timetables, give us a situation where you start from the depot. Like that little mini-series that I will continue with on the YouTubes, the first train of the day. Taking the train out of the depot at the start of the day to take it to the first station to get ready for passenger service. That's the point where you want it cold and dark, because you're the first driver turning up to it and then getting it set up for the day. That's interesting then. Alright, 6 kilometers to Übersee. So yeah, I can see a place for it. I can see what they've tried to do in give you that full, study level thing. And as I've done on some, comparing this to flight, as I've done on some planes, you have to sit and read the manual and talk you through it step by step. But it'd be nice in like an OMSI kind of way, that when you start your timetabled route, that there's somewhere pinned here on a clipboard the information that you need for over there. So you select your timetabled run, that then gives you a bit of paper with that relevant information on for that timetable, so that then you can go and input it into the computer. That I'd be like, okay, yeah, great. Power on, pantograph, charge the brakes, set up the computer, put your lights on, make sure the saloon lighting's on once you're connected, etc. That I'd be like, yeah, fine. And when you get to the other end, you then, shut down this cab, go to the cab car version, reset up all that. You put another code in, as real train drivers do, for the auto announcements, etc. You put a route code in so that the train knows what route you're on. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, I can definitely see the benefit of it. So I think there's justification for this. I almost don't think that Train Sim World is ready for this yet. Stop turning that electric brake on. But we don't know what's coming with we don't know what's coming with Train Sim World 5. Is this going to make sense then? Right, and we come to Übersee. It's going. Okay, unlock doors on the right. Are they actually going to open? Oh, there we go. It's a long time to open the doors. That's a noise. Right, lock doors. Okay, doors are locking. There we go. Stop at Prinsheimsee. So, get rid of that stupid electric brake. Alright. Let's get ourselves going then. 11 kilometers. There we go. I didn't think we were going to move for a minute then. I'm always tempted, maybe next week, to do that. Well, if I can now, the standard version of this, and see how it compares. Alright, a bit more of the beans. One thing I'll say, and I'm going to be honest, because that's what I do. Every time I've bought in the past an AP version of a train, so you've got the train, you buy the upgraded version of it, and you can pay a fair bit of money for an AP train for Train Sim Classic, and I have. Every single time I've got in an AP version of a train, I've been blown away. I've been, oh my god, you know, go back and watch my AP Pacer. I was like, oh my god, turn that up, listen to that, that's just pornographic. You know, the switchgear sounds better, the interior is better, the modeling's better. It's just like, wow. I've got to say, with this, I'm not. If you'd have stopped me in this and said, set this up, reverse into forward, key on, release the brakes, off you go, I couldn't tell you if there was any difference between this and any other train in Train Sim World. I like the audio. Yeah, there are AP versions of the HST. And as I said, from cold and dark, yes. The faults, yes. Setting up the train computer, yes, I get it. If that's what you're into, then this is, you know, study level. Get that. The manual is 143 pages, quite comprehensive. So, you know, you could spend time working out how this thing works. And it's compatible with a couple of routes. There's a few scenarios. I get the reasoning for it. For me, I would never use it. Because I jump in, put the key in, put it in forward, release the doors, go. Maybe remember to put some lights on. I hadn't failed to stop at the right point. Oh, exactly, which I did in the tutorial for this. Right. You know, I like that there's the engine room thing, motor room. I do like the fact that every switch is modelled and they all do things. But I do feel a bit meh. Again, me being slightly biased, if this is a British train, might be different. And, you know, we may get some expert British trains down the line. You know, there was those expert versions in Train Sim Classic where you could buy a better version of a train. I never bothered. Yes, I bought AP versions. Lack of AI. Well, that's nothing to do with the train. That's the route it's on. It's compatible with the Salzburg Rosenheim, which is what I'm on, Dresden Reiser, and another one as well. I just picked this one to give it a go. So the AI isn't the fault of the train. That's the route. So it's the train you're buying, not the route. You've got to have the routes for it to work on. Oh god, now the wiper's doing a thing. Are the train lights? I saw a train light somewhere then. Wipers. There we go. Oh god, that's close to the emergency brake. Right, wipers are working. Yeah, put that down there. Wipers, emergency brake. I like the wiper noise. Let's say at the end of this route, I will run through the cold and dark tutorial again for those that weren't here at the beginning. Right, 1.7k to the next stop. Slightly uphill. I'll say something to put many brakes on. Come in, train. Let's do a nice, gentle. God, we're only about a minute behind schedule as well. That's definitely slightly concerning.
Türfreigabe, Türfreigabe, Türfreigabe.
Been shouted out in German again. So why is it sometimes it puts that electric brake on and other times it doesn't, unless it only works at low speeds. So below a certain speed the electric brake will come on. Why is the... Well, I didn't open the doors, but the thing's saying I open the doors. Are you now going to open doors? Doors? Well, you didn't even open. No, it's not the other side. It's this side.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Okay. I've locked the doors. The doors are locked. Train.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Is it whinging at me in German? Throttles off, brakes on, electric brakes off, Why is it not locking the doors? Oh, it didn't even open the doors. Hang on, have we established a fault? Sifa's there. Oh god, should we go and check and see if there's something's tripped? The only thing that's tripped is down here. And that's the main circuit breaker. That said door control. The hell's that? Oh Jesus Christ! What the hell's this? Traction motors, air conditioners. Oh my God, that's a lot of things. And huge spanner. We've got all these valves here. Right, what I'm going to do... Let me go out and see if... Right, because no one got off. What are you doing? Fuck, you're not supposed to put your umbrella up indoors. It's bad luck. Okay. So we can't we can't shut the door from the outside. Okay, wonder if it let me go and close them now from inside the cab. Okay. Will it close that door? No. Something's broken. I wonder if I can go...
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Yeah, it's not... It's not letting me lock or unlock the doors. Which means I can't go anywhere. There's an issue there. It's either that something's broken. Oh, hang on, there we go.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Right, let's get out of here then. Before it breaks again. Are we moving? There we go. Well, I had to reset the train physics for it to actually do anything. Right. It's a bad end off, which sounds like something out of... What? Okay, it put traction lock on me. They're going to let me go again. Right, can we go now? Well, it showed us where that thing was before when it turned the CFA off. So if it does it again, I think I know where the trip is to turn it off. Doesn't appear to be raining anymore. Really? Why is it restricting me? Right, let's see if I can remember where that trip was. Why don't let me go through the door now? I can't go through the door now. What? Really? So I can't get into the... Well, I've stopped. Right, do it from this end then. Right, it was one of... Where was it? I can't remember which one it was. Air conditioning, horn, front wipers, rear wipers, door control, ESF tracking, radar, fire detection, voice output, battery activation, wheel slip, machine room lighting, gauge lights, signal lights. I can't remember which one it was. It said CFA, didn't it? Ah, LZB, PZB. Is it that one? I don't think it was that one. Because we turned it off and then there was a thing up here. What's the CFA cut-off valve? Can we get back out this way now? No. Why is it not letting me back in that cab that way? Right. Right, can we go again? Yeah, one of those things. Train data panels in basic mode. Speed were limited until... Oh god, no. It wants me to put... Why is it now saying it's in basic mode? If it goes into CFA again, I'm just going to go and do the tutorial again from Cold and Dark. Well, it's got a 55 limit. We didn't even get to that. There's a message right hand side of screen. That. CFA. Right. Yeah, I couldn't remember which one was the thing to turn it off. I think if you drove this train a lot, the first thing you would do is go into that engine room and turn off the stupid CFA thing. Well, there's obviously something wrong because it won't let me in the engine room from this end. Engine room, motor room, the room. You know, the place with the motors. Right, I know now. Press Q. The bit with the, you know, with the electrocuty bit. But yeah, I do like the audio. I like the fact that it's detailed, but it's not something I will ever use again. Leave me in a good old diesel. It isn't a fault, it's CFA, it's a safety system. I think it's because it came on, I didn't acknowledge it, so it stopped me. So it did its job. So you get the little exclamation mark down in the bottom right. And if you don't press it, it says CFA. If you then still don't press it, it'll slam the brakes on. It's one of those safety devices to see if you're still alive. So AWS, yeah. But so you can disable it even. We'll get to this next station, and then I'll go back and do the tutorial again for the Cold and Dark. Before we end, for those that weren't here at the beginning. We got another one now. Now what? Why are you beeping at me now? Right. That's off. Why did it stop me then? I don't care about the train data panel being in basic mode. I don't know what information it wants to not put it in basic mode. Again, as I said earlier, if you studied this and knew how to use it properly, it would probably be really engaging and really interesting and give you that level of detail that a lot of people want. It's just not something I would ever use. So give me a cold and dark on a Deltic or something like that. Yes, I'm in. Passengers will be wondering what the hell's going on. Yeah, but this only took 2 seconds, as you'll see in a minute when I do the scenario. Spend more time faffing around with the brakes than you did anything else. And the fact that it told you the wrong brakes as well. Good old dovetail. We'll let it off, but put the reverser into V because it's written on there. Why they couldn't just say put it in forward, but you know. And the fact that it keeps putting this stupid electric brake on. Get off. Stop shouting at me in German. Right, do the doors actually work this time before we end this? Thinking about it. Right, that one opened. That one opened. Will this front one open? Or does it only open if someone's actually wanting to get off at it? Yeah, the other one's opened. Yeah, no. Right then, we'll do the cold and dark tutorials. 5 tutorials for this. A couple of them were quite short. The first one was just driving it around the high-speed ring, which I failed at because the brakes didn't work. But we'll do the cold and dark one. Right. Let's do this again.
Good morning and welcome to your training on the BR101. Today I'll teach you how to set up the loco and cab car properly from a parked state. Normally there is a checklist, but our printer went on strike again. Therefore I'll tell you step by step what you have to do. Also, there is a PDF version you can simply download and use. First, we look around the loco and check there are no wheel chocks or external supply cables and an overhead line above the loco.
Okay. So I quite like this.
Now you can enter cab 1 and enable battery power on the loco.
Okay. Alright, battery power on.
Now, sit down on the driver's seat on cab 1 and wait for the displays to boot up completely. When the screen's booted up, move the reverser to V and check for any already existing information or malfunctions on the screen.
See, V is forward, basically, which is a bit that confused me initially.
Set the reverser to neutral while we set up this cab. When the screen's booted up, move the reverser to V and check for any already existing information or malfunctions on the screen.
Right, so that displays booting up. While that's doing that, we've got to go over here. I've got to go in the engine room type thing and open the CFA valve. And then come back here, I think. So that screen's booting, and we've got to wait for that one to boot, which you just have in Windows by the looks of things. A very old version. It was like Windows 95. Doobie doobie doobie. Quite a lot of the windows on this. Look, pull that, and then that slides forward. That's quite cool. And then lock that back in. 200 kilometers an hour maximum speed. Many speakers. And while we wait for the screens to power up, doobie. Doobie doobie doo. Well, that one's powered up. Windows NT, God, remember that.
Use the display to check for any existing faults. If there are any, try and get rid of them before continuing. Pressing V = 0 after selecting an entry shows you corrective measures. Now raise the pantograph and close the MCB.
I actually quite like the pantograph raising noise. Oh, closed. Oh, hold it and closed. Okay. See, that's nice. That's not so nice.
Release the direct brake and turn the brake valve key. Now we start the brake check. Use the train brake to reduce brake pipe pressure to 4.2 bar and make sure the loco brakes apply. Use the C pressure gauge for this. Then you can release the brakes again.
That's the bit it got wrong. It said release the direct brake and release. Hold the direct brake and release. It wasn't. It's the train brake. So they made a mistake in the tutorial. Shocker. Right, apply the train brake until the pressure comes up. And then release it.
After checking the pneumatic brake control, we switch to the electronic brake control by switching the ELPN selector to EL.
So change.
After that, you do the same steps as in the pneumatic checkup.
So change this to electric brake. And then do the same thing. And And release. See, I like this.
We continue with checking the direct brake. For that, simply apply the direct brake above 2 bar. Check if the brakes are indeed applied and release them afterwards.
Right,
Now,
that works.
the last real test on this cab, check if the horn works using the pedal. Now we're ready to get going. Apply the direct brake so we won't roll away and release the parking brake.
Okay, apply the direct brake. So we've got to get up and release the parking brake. I think that'd be on the dash really, wouldn't you? Release the direct brake. And couples of the thing down here. So it didn't tell us about the lights though, did it? You know, these tutorials are good, but there's always something that Dovetail miss. It's almost like they do the tutorial and go, nah, we don't need to look at it, make sure it's right. Right, so we've got a couple to this thing down here. I don't know why it's called BPMMBDFZ. Right, couple to the thing. Oh, that went quiet. Oh, damn it. So close. Right, now we can get out and do the coupley thing.
After coupling, you may apply a full service brake and close the train brake valve key.
Okay. And lock that.
Now set the ZXS switch to ZWS. Turn off the signal lights, set the reverser to O and remove it.
So yeah, set reverser to O. No, set reverser to, well, technically it is position O, but why don't you just say off?
This concludes our work on the loco. Next stop, cab car. Walk over there and enter the cab car's cab.
Okay. So, cab car. Okay, let's put the game volume up a little bit. There we go.
First, set the tail light switch to on. After that, enter the cab and set the signal lights to headlights.
A lot of space here, isn't there? With nothing in it. Oh, hang on, what will be in here? Oh, this is the little thing. Tail lights cabinet. Right, we've got to get just the right. Oh, on. There we go. Why are they there? Right, that to headlights.
Now enable CIFA by setting the cutout valve to open, and then you can sit down on the driver's seat. Put in the reverser key and set it to V. Now, to check if the ZWS connection is working, we open the MCB and lower the pantograph. After that, we rise the pantograph and close the MCB again.
Okay, pants are down, and then we raise. Pants are up, and then close. Well, I just did that. I definitely just did that. I've done that. Okay, we'll open it and then we'll close it again. Why are you not recognizing that I've closed the MCB? My pants are definitely up. Okay, well, we'll try lowering them again. We'll open that. We'll raise them, which they do. And then we'll close that. Oh, there we go.
Start off with applying the direct brake for at least 3 seconds and unlocking the train brake valve.
Okay. Unlocked. Release the train brake.
Perfect. We can release the train brake now and use the overcharge button to overcharge the brake pipe to above 5.3 bar.
Okay, overcharging is doing a thing.
Last but not least, test the horn with the foot pedal. That concludes the general preparation of the BR101 with the cab car. Depending what's next, you have to set the train data at the ZDE, which you can learn in another training module.
And that was it. Actually, we'll do the next one quickly because that tells you how to turn off CIFA. Because it was just a very quick go to do a thing.
In this training module, you'll be learning how to turn off CIFA in the expert mode with the BR101.
Right, unlock the brake key.
You might be used to just switching off the CIFA fuse. In this locomotive, you also need to enable the cut-off valve for CIFA to disconnect it from the braking system. For this, we will head into the machine room, where we will disable both.
It's up there. The one that said CIFA control circuit.
The braking rack you just interacted with controls all parts of the train that interact with the brake plate. A lot of faults are often located here. Now that you've learned to disable SIFA, your next journey might be less stressful, even in expert mode. Auf Wiedersehen.
That was that. Right, we'll do the final one, which is the train data one. Yeah, I think that SIFA thing would be something you do every time. This is the bit that confused me. This is the bit that I wish they'd give you the information to input.
In this training module, you'll be learning how to enter the train data in the BR101. If you look at your indicators, you can see that your train is currently in PZB mode U, indicated by the lit up 55. The max speed of the mode is 100 km per hour. To reach higher speeds, you'll need to input your train data into the computer at the back wall.
85's lit up.
On this computer, you will see multiple numbers. BRA is the brake mode. BRH is the brake power. ZL is the train length. And VMZ is the maximum speed of your consist. Lastly, we need to confirm the data by pressing Send Train Data. If the numbers stop flashing, they're accepted.
So you put that information into these and then send it, but it's where you get the information from. That's the bit that would be quite interesting. As I said earlier, if when you started your timetable route, it gave you that information. Yeah, you entered October 1955 in here.
Return to your seat to see the PZB mode has changed to O. The 85 is now lit up instead of the 55.
The 85 was lit up
To learn more
before.
about this topic, please consider reading the manual. This tutorial will end as soon as you release the brakes.
It was in 85 before. Yeah. There we go. Again, to sum up, I can see the benefit of having an expert level train. I can see there are bits of it that you would use. As I said, that computer thing, if when you started a timetable route, you had that information available to you, I think that'd be quite interesting to set up. Setting up the train from cold and dark, quite like that. I like having to use the door control to open the doors when they work. The audio, really good. So there's a lot of that I do like. Personally, I don't think it's something I would ever use. I don't do a lot of German stuff. Nobody understands the German signaling system. Definitely no one understands the French signaling system. So I'm glad this wasn't the TGV. So I don't think it's something that I'd use. But I can see where they're trying to go. I would like to see more stuff in the future like that, because I think it does give that immersion so that you've got everything operational. And I'd like to see random faults so that you'd have to go and reset them. Maybe old school, not with computers and stuff. But that's probably just me. But there you go. We've given it a go. It's not for me, but it's there. And whether that does point towards things we're going to see in Train Sim World 5, I'm guessing we'll find out in a couple of months' time. So there we go. More normality back next Tuesday in some Train Sim World. Maybe something British I haven't done for a while. We will actually, I might fancy something American. Maybe Long Island Railroad, because I really did like that. We haven't done that in a little while, so maybe go back and have another look at that. That's next Tuesday. Next stream, though, back tomorrow night with some farming. There may be a couple of us on the farm. Most of the people that normally farm aren't around this week. Friday night, we got some trucking. Not here on Saturday, out and about on trains again. But we'll be back on Sunday with some more farming at lunchtime. Next week, a full stream schedule. Tuesday all the way through till Sunday. So here for 6 days next week. So there we go. So thanks to you lot in chat for keeping me company for the last 2 and a bit hours. No one did any following or subscribing or anything like that, so no one to thank there. The moderation team didn't do anything either, so I'm not going to thank them. I will be back tomorrow night with some idiots to do some farming. Until then, if you have been, thanks very much for watching.